Now, this is the Mulungushi International Conference Center, as you can see. Now, inside the Kenneth Kaunda International Conference Center wing is where U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris is coming for the Democracy Summit being hosted here in Zambia. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Guys, inside here is the Mulungushi International Conference Center. Now there is the Kenneth Kaunda wing. Sometime last year I showed you how the Kenneth Kaunda wing looks like. Maybe after this summit I'll show you the maybe the drone view. Yes, after the summit. I hope I don't forget. Now there is the Africa or the Democracy Summit, which is happening right now, and Vice President Harris Kamala is coming tomorrow. Is joining. President HH has already officially opened the summit. It's been day 2 today. Tomorrow will be day 3. So there are some expectations from Zambians right now, and I'll be telling you some of the expectations which people are expecting after the summit, or pronunciations. Some of the discussions, what they are going to talk about is what people are really interested in, and that's what I'll be showing you. That's what I'll be discussing with you guys in this video. So make sure, if you are new on my channel, subscribe, turn on the bell notification, give this video a thumbs up. Now guys, I want you to take a look at this. Look, Kamala Harris, welcome back to Zambia, welcome back home. So this is the welcome for Kamala Harris back to Zambia after years. By the way, did you know that U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris spent a lot of her childhood here in Zambia? So, Zambians, #1, Zambians are saying Kamala Harris is welcome to Zambia. I'm merely passing on the information, guys, which the general public in Zambia is talking about. One of them is that Kamala Harris is welcome to Zambia, is welcome back to Zambia. Why? Because she spent a lot of her childhood here in Zambia. Yes, when she was a toddler. But people are saying she is not the toddler who was here. She's not coming back as the toddler who left Zambia many years ago. So they are saying she is welcome to come and watch the Victoria Falls, to watch the lions, like I always go to do, to play with the lions, to watch the elephants. But America should not be the yardstick or to teach democracy. That's what is trending around Zambia right now. Yeah, that's the trending news happening here in Zambia as we are talking. The second thing, the second fear or the second concern which they have, which they have observed, is that they are afraid that America cannot be trusted. That's what they are saying. They are saying America cannot be trusted because how come suddenly America never showed interest in Africa and Zambia in particular, but suddenly they have come to Zambia. It says Americans can never be trusted. So that is the second observation, they are saying they can never be trusted. Is it because now they are getting interested because Zambia has suddenly found out that some of the major components which are required to make the world most upcoming electric vehicles? Is it because we have the minerals which are used for electric vehicles, or is it because they know that, which brings me to number 3, that is it because, for example, China, there is a debate that China and America, who is the true friend of Zambia or Africa? Who is the real friend of Zambia and Africa? I don't know. Maybe you can comment and also tell me your opinion. They are saying, the Zambians are saying, some of us before we were born, the Zambia Tazara Railways was built by the Chinese. Before some of us were even born, the Tazara, China lost even some of its nationals during the construction of the Tazara. Even the same airport which US Vice President Kamala Harris will be using, the Kenneth Kaunda International Airport, was built by the Chinese, not the American. The Simon Masakapwepo Airport in Ndola was built by the Chinese. Harimangankumbula Airport in Livingstone was also built by the Chinese. A lot of road infrastructure we have here in Zambia, it was done by the Chinese. So they are saying, who is our true friend between America? They said, can you point at some structures which America has done for Zambia to prove that because what they are saying is that, for example, America is coming to trash China in Zambia, to say, well, China, what has China done for you? We are here to prove that America is the real friend. The Americans are here to prove that America is a true friend of Zambia and not China, that we should trash away China. I don't know what you think. Let me hear what you also have to say about it. Number 4, I said China, in helping Zambia develop, China has not put hidden or attached conditions to aid, grant, or some of the help that they are rendering to Zambia. Because where Zambia has not been comfortable, they have been able to talk and negotiate with China. So, for example, you find that the American, once they give you aid or help, they will attach condition. For example, there is a big issue concerning the LGBTQ in Africa right now. It has been rejected in many African culture, like Ghana, Uganda, Kenya. There were even some laws being passed last week in Uganda, and Zambia is not an exception. We have refused that. It is against our culture. They will never, the Chinese will never ask you to go that route, which is against our culture, which refuses not only the Christian values, but even our traditional society doesn't accept that. They don't attach conditions. On the other hand, the Americans who claim to love Zambia or Africa, they want to bring aid, but they also want to attach their conditions. So this is what is also bringing a lot of things why America should not be trusted. That America cannot be trusted because they bring certain conditions, they attach conditions which are against our culture and our norms. And then Zambia is saying enough is enough. Zambia is saying they have matured and now they are able to talk. Zambia is not what it used to be a long time. People are waking up and people are talking, and they are able to take their rightful position and not to be pushed just because one country is a superpower. Also a popular saying which Nelson Mandela mentioned when he was released from prison just after he assumed South African presidency. Nelson Mandela mentioned something that the problem which the West has is that they expect our enemies, they expect their enemies to be our enemies and their friends to be their friends.
One of the mistakes which some political analysts make is to think that their enemies should be our enemies. That we can and we will never do. We have our own struggle which we are conducting. We are grateful to the world for supporting our struggle. But nevertheless, we are an independent organization with its own policy. And the attitude of every country towards, our attitude towards any country is determined by the attitude of that country to our struggle.
Now that is the other thing which is also on the streets of Zambia or in the social media. People are saying that there is no way America has got a problem with, for example, Russia. There is no need for Zambia to hate Russia based on their enmity, because their enmity between America and Russia. So Zambia should be free to have to enjoy their friendship, which they have continued to enjoy. For example, there is a mutual friendship existing between Zambia and Russia. There are a lot of Zambians, for example, who also go to school. I've got a few friends who went to school in Russia. Some had studied engineering, others studied medicine. That is as a result of the friendship existing between Zambia and Russia. Just like it is in China, there are a lot of Zambians who went to school in China because of the existing relationship between Zambia and China. So if America is having problems with the US, it doesn't mean that Zambia should also be enemies with China just because America says so. So there should be that kind of respect. Guys, another one. Boom, Zambians can talk, guys. They are no longer afraid. One of the other things, so they are saying, apart from that in spite of having an old democracy, America should not be the yardstick for, or they should not be the best people to talk about democracy. So Zambia is already a shining example of democracy. As you can see behind me here, we have a billboard, One Zambia, One Nation. Take a look at the presidents that have ruled Zambia. From 1991, from Kaunda, from 1964 to 1991, Kaunda ruled Zambia. Democracy came in. We had Chiluba, we had Mwanawasa next, we had Rupia Banda, we had Michael Sata, we had Edgar Lungu, and now we have President HH. That is a sign that Zambia has got a growing democracy. That is very, very clear, guys, that Zambia has got a growing democracy. Maybe the final one I would love to talk about is there are some fears. One of the things going on social media, on the streets, people are saying, let this China truck pass. Chinese have also given us a China truck like those. Very strong tipper truck. Show me the American-made truck, which is stronger than that one. I'm just joking. Okay, the other thing people are saying is that one of the fears during Mwanawasa, when we had President Mwanawasa, who is number 1, 2, 3 there, the Americans were pushing to have a military base here in Zambia, and that president there had refused to bring about a military base in our country. So they are saying her coming is not innocent. That's why they are saying she is welcome to come and see our wildlife, to come as a tourist, but not to come and teach us about democracy. We already have a democracy. Take a look, a growing democracy. So have you noticed, guys, that Zambians can talk and stand up? Zambia is no longer the country which used to be bullied or to be talked about anyhow. They are able to stand on their own. So President Levi Mwanawasa had refused the Americans to set up a military base here in Zambia. Because why? So there were many reasons. We have other countries, like I mentioned, the Mandela story. The problem which many political analysts or these political powers have is that they think if they have an enemy, they expect us to automatically be enemies to their enemies. I like a saying also from Fast and the Furious, which says, enemy of my enemy is my friend.
You ever heard the saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend?
Yeah, so that is all I had for you guys here in Lusaka. I'm going to give you another update tomorrow, the outcome or whatever they'll be talking during the summit. So once again, let me show you a little bit. This is the greatest road going to town, coming from town or where the summit will take place. As you can see, this massive billboard, Summit for Democracy 2023, Republic of Zambia, 29 to 30th March or whatever. Kenneth Kaunda International Conference Center, inside the Mulungushi International Conference Center. Yeah, so at the airport roundabout. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure if you are new on my channel, my name is Traveltainment. All I do is bring you positive stories from Zambia, in our country where we say one Zambia, one nation. I'll see you in my next video. Adios, amigos.